funfold with on the ocean. So I've started off, well, we'll start off with the card base, I think. And what have I done with my picture notes here? Okay, so you want a piece that is 9.5 in length by 5-inch width. This will fit in a 5x7 card base. We're going to put it in on the 9.5-inch side, and we're going to score it at 1 1/4. So we'll score that at 1 1/4, and then 2.5. So 1 1/4, 2.5. So you don't have to remember too many measurements. Turn it round and do it again. So we're going to score at 1 1/4. Hang on, 1 1/4, and then 2.5. Okay, so I'll just put the trimmer to one side. I'll just get out my bone folder, and we're going to fold the first one back on itself and then back. So concertinaing it, so it'll be like that, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're turning it over and we're folding it back on itself, then turn it back the other way and do the other way. So this is going to make a bridge fold card, and you'll put it in your card, so it'll be envelope, so it'll be flat like that, so it'll be 5x7. Okay, so I think we'll do the back to start with. Right, I've got a piece of DSP that measures, and I'm working with Night of Navy, if you wondered what colour I'm working with, Night of Navy, and this is 4 3/8 by 4 7/8, and we're just going to decide on which way round you want it. I wanted something in blue, as I'm going to be doing kind of an oceany background and forefront, because I'm going to be putting my On the Ocean ship on it. Now just make sure you've got equal increment top and bottom, and that should be about where your folds are. So let me just bring that up, so it's really bang on the fold there, but there'll just be a little increment top and bottom. Now I'm going to just leave that for the moment, so I'll put that on one side, and then I'm going to bring in, now when you cut your piece of card and you have it in portrait, you will get this width left. So if I put those two together, that is the 8 1/4. So we have got 3 1/4 left. Now we're not going to need all of that 3 1/4, but it is by 6 7/8. So I've done 6 7/8 by the width that you got left on our 8 1/4. But if you were using the American size of 11 inches by, I don't know what their width is. Now that's the thing, I'm not 100% certain, but the width that you've got left after you've cut your 5-inch will be fine. So I've got a piece of DSP, and this measures 5 3/8, so it measures 5 3/8 by 3 1/4, just the same depth. Now as you can see, it doesn't fit to the edge of my card. That's to give it less bulk when we are going to fasten it. So I'm just going to mount this in the middle. So I want to equal increments, but it will fit. I'm going to take it to the bottom of my DSP, I'm not going to worry about the top. You see there's a tiny weeny little gap there. That doesn't matter because I'm going to use the On the Ocean die, and that is going to go at the top there. Sorry, this one at the top, get it right. This is going to go at the top about, well, we'll bring it down slightly, so about an inch down. So that kind of wave there's about an inch. And then this one that cuts out, I'm going to bring that one in as well, and we'll run that through the die cutting machine at the same time. So I've just got it slightly off camera, so I'm just going to move this and just run it through my die cut. Oh, it's moved already. Run it through my die cutting machine. You'll just have to bear with me because it's just off the camera. Sorry about this. It just gives me that bit more space. Okay, so I'm bringing that back in. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our scissors, because the die is not quite to the edge. We're just going to follow that wave and just cut that there, and then I'll just follow this through and cut down as well, and then this will just come out in the center. Let me just gently, and you can save this for another project. I'm just going to have it taken out. So it's gone through DSP, and I've only ran it through once. I didn't even take it back. I just ran it through once. Just ease it out. There we go. There we go. That just coming off a little bit just there, so let's just stick that on there. That's it. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm just going to flatten that with my bone folder. Just a minute. Okay, so that's on my bone folder, and you can save this. I don't know whether I'm going to use it. I'm just going to move things out of my way now, so that I'll see what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to bring back in our card base now, and what on the left hand side we're going to fold that in, and on our right hand side we're going to leave flat like that. So what I'm going to do is make sure that it comes right to the bottom, but this is going to be, oh, you can see on the camera a little bit, there is going to be a slight bit, that might not be enough, I'll just check. In fact, I think I'm going to cut a slight bit more off. So now that we have run it through the die cutting machine, I'm going to take a slight bit more off the edge, because when I put my pieces down the side, I'll make sure then, that's better, that there's going to be no, it will be, this won't show at the side of it. Can't get my words out. Right, so what I'm going to do is look whereabouts it is. It's about that much. So I'm going to put this now glue on here, and just do that. And so that's going to be folded. That one's going to be flat, but it's going to have the bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand this up, and that will make sure that I can put pressure going down to make sure that that is the same at the bottom. and then I can just see that it's about there. I can now put glue on this piece. Don't go too close to your edge like I went there. Just going to rub that glue off, it should be fine. Just again, we're going to make sure that we've got that stuck on there like that. So I've chose to do it the same DSP, so it's all part of the ocean. And I did actually beforehand, I have run this through my die cutting machine. I have got some strips, and I'll tell you the size of these. These are 1 1/8 by 4 7/8, and now you'll see why I wanted not to have that at the bottom. Actually, I should have made those a fraction. I'm going to pull that down to the bottom actually. How do I? Yeah, I'm going to have to go to the bottom now. I should have done those a little bit longer. So I would suggest these, when you make it, do that at, it should only be a little increment. It should have been, how shall I do it? I'm deciding now because I've cut mine too short. Yeah, I'm going to stick it right to the bottom. Yeah, I'll stick it to the bottom, but I'd make yours that little bit longer. I'd make it another 1/16 of an inch longer actually. That's all it needs to just bring it to the bottom. So if you're wondering what DSP I am actually using, it was the free DSP that we got. So I'm going to just stick that straight, and I'm going to stick that to the bottom. But there we go. So to the bottom. So that hides the bridge bit. Okay, so we'll just have it a little bit, which it won't matter, because if we're doing it the same on the other side, it will be fine. So this embossing folder, unfortunately you can't get it anymore, but I thought it was great because it's kind of your coral and your sea. And folding that one again, putting it right to the bottom, and equal increments down the side, but I'll have that bigger gap at the top. And if you just have that 1/16 of an inch, that would be fine. But in the seeing everything, you're not really going to be looking too much at that, but if you do, it's even, so it will stand up like that. Right, now I've already done our ship. This is the first time I've done the ship, so I'm going to put the ship. I've done the skull and crossbone in just the white card. I think that's how you should do it anyway, and it's going to go on my ship. So put that on there, and I'm going to glue it onto the second down sail. And just do that there. So I've just done the one where it you can cut the dart, you can do the ship as this. I've done a lot of the ship where I've built it up with just using the oh, my words are failing me again. When I've die cut it, and I've actually done more building it up. I'll show you what I mean, and then you can understand what I'm trying to get at. So in the die set, you get the sails and the ship, and you can make all this out of card. You can actually do the printing, the stamping like I've done on this one and cut it all out with this. I have just cut it out with the outline die, but I've done a lot with the sails and this boat at the bottom. Never used the clouds, so I'm using that today. So I like to try and get the best out of my dies, so I try and use as much as possible. Now I'm putting plenty on because I've decided that I'm going to make this stand out a bit more. Now I could have made myself another layer to go back, couldn't I? And I could have done that. I could have used this actually and put this in here so that it gave me an extra layer and sat it on there. Actually, I might do that. Okay, so this is the piece that we've cut off. I'm going to turn it round. I'm going to put this at the bottom. Let's move that out of the way a minute. Now I've peeled those off. Might need to put some back on. Let's see. We'll see what I'm going to do. Right, so we're going to get, this is change our minds when we're doing it. So I had, what is it there? 4, is that 4.5? I think that's 4.5. So we want 4.5 inches. So I think I'm going to go about there. So I'm putting it, let's put it at 1 inch. So I'm going to put it at 1 inch at one end, and I'm just going to use that so that it just goes back there. And I might cut, yeah, I need to cut some off. So let's see. I can do it properly. Right, I'm going to sit this at the very bottom and I'm going to take 1/2 inch off. So I did it at 1 inch, but I'm going to take 1/2 inch off. I've decided. So that really, and I'm going to glue that a bit more. I'm sorry, I'm just getting muddled up today. There we go. So this is going to sit in here at the bottom, and we now need to let's see whereabouts we need to put that one. So after 1/2 inch, I want I'm going to have to do it on the bottom. I want 4.5 inches from that. So 4.5 inches is about there. So I will, of course that will be, if I do it 4.5 inches, I'm going to mark it with my pencil. So I've put my one there, and then 4.5 come down, 4.5, and I'm gonna, let's mark it there, and then I'll tell you the measurement so you will get it right. So that measurement you need to put at 1 3/8. So 1 3/8. So once you've done that at 1 inch and you've cut your 1/2 inch off, then you're going to turn it round, and you're going to again score, but your score needs to be done at 1 3/8. And then I'm going to put that score line, so I'm going to chop off then. So put it at 5.5 inches. So you're going to put it at 5.5 inches, and then you're going to cut. There we go. And that will give you that there like that. And that is going to glue in there and give you, see, that's going to give you that little bit of a platform. And I'm going to actually in the center of this, I'm going to stick some, not that one, I'm going to stick right in the center, I'm going to stick a couple of dimensionals back to back. So I'm in the center, about in the middle, 1 off, 2 off, and I'm going to stick that. Let's see, I might do it more. I'm going to stick that 3 dimensions high. So I've stuck that 3 dimensions high, and I'm going to, this will support so it cannot go sinking, is the best way I can tell you. So I'm going to put this on here, and then this is going to fit in here, and I'm putting it high because I don't want those dimensionals touching yet. In fact, they're way off, aren't they? They're way off, really. Yeah, they are. Never mind. That will secure it. So I'm going to loosen it. I'm going to put that. So what you need to see is that I'm putting that at the bottom, so it's level with the bottom on both sides, level with the bottom, and then we just need a spring. So let's have a look. I've got a piece of card that is about 1.5. Let's get a better piece than that. 1.5. Use my scrap pieces of card. Let's have a look. This is it's just scrap, so it's just over 2, and it's just under 2 1/4. So I'm gonna do 1/2 inch strip, so it's about 1/2 inch by 2 1/4, or under. That's fine if it's under. And what I'm going to do is just do 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go 1/2 inch score, 1 inch and score, and 1.5 inches and score, and then just leave the rest. Okay, so I'm just going to concertina that like that. So that's concertinaed like that, and then I'm just going to put some glue on the longest part, and this part here I'm just going to fix to my, in fact I can pull it out still. So I've just fixed that to my dimensionals, and then just put that back, and I'm really going to apply some glue just to make sure it really sticks. I just don't want this middle collapsing, so this is why I'm doing this. So I'm going to put that back in. So I'll put it back in. So come on. Let's see if I can show you better. So I've got that there and that there, and then I'm going to squash that middle, and that middle will spring back. So it's just making that bottom one spring back into place so that it's not collapsing too much. And then I've got my ship, and I'm going to place my ship on there at the bottom. Now I have done all those dimensionals, so what I'm going to do is cheat. I'm going to get my, got this one, I'm going to get my navy blue bit. This is just showing you some of my thought processes, really. I'm just thinking how to do it. So I'm going to do a plain one in my Night of Navy, and then I'm going to stick this to all those dimensionals. So just run that quickly through small die cutting machine I've got to my side. And then this can just go on the back, and I've got that will go at the other side of the bottom bit. So I'm just going to stick this down the back, and I'm just going to see, making sure that there we go. So that's give it 3D effect there. So there's my ship going on the waves. It's gone a bit far down really. Didn't quite want it as far down as there. I should have put that higher up actually. I wonder if I can just move that. Perhaps just move that higher up, because I don't want it as low as that. I want it coming more up there. I think that's where I want it. So trial and error. You'll be able to see the finished thing, so you'll be able to see to put it higher up, not put it so low down. So I make the mistake so that you can copy my designs without the mistakes. So I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to bring that in there. Again, I want it about there, I think, really. There we go. And I'm going to, oops, daisy. Oh, my back things come off now. Oh, I'm not having a good day today. Some days you have rubbish days. It's one of them. Right, let's try and get that there and there. So this is, well, in one case, I haven't used my red tape, and in another, it's a good job I didn't, because I'd have made a right mess of my card, wouldn't I? So there we go. So we've got, that's a better position there. I'm happy with that now. So you want your ship higher. Make sure that it's not going above that. Mine's just, I've just got away with it there. Then you should be able to use your card, flatten it both ways, and then it will spring back up into position. There we go. And so I decided to do the clouds. Let's move these out of the way. What have I done with my clouds now? There we go. So I've got, might have to, no, I was going to put that on the bottom. So I think I'd put it in the middle just there. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on this. So what I've done is, I've just hoped this year is full of adventures and excitement. This is cut out using the stylish shapes, and of course the sentiment is from On the Ocean. So I thought I'd use that, and it fits very nicely into this size. So I'm going to put that, I think I'll put it to one side. There we go. There we go. So it's happened to me. It's supporting it nicely now. There we go. So that's how we're looking so far. It's better if I show it you like that. Sorry for the disaster today. And I decided to do the clouds in the blue, and from the set again I've done the happy birthday, and I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. I thought this was a bit different. Put the clouds up, and see if I can get that going now. I think I'm going to chop. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think I'm going to chop some off my cloud so that it can actually sit more to that side, so it can go right into there, so you can clearly see the happy birthday. There we go. Yeah, so you can clearly see the happy birthday now. And I thought I'd do the sun, and I wasn't quite sure where this cloud was going to go position wise, so I've not done my sun because I didn't know where it was going to go. Now I do. So I've got the thoughtful banner has these tiny sentiments, so I can put my sun. I think I'll put it on the first bit of the clouds there. That's it. And then I'm going to put this upon dimensionals as well. So it's making it 3D. And one down there. Okay, and this can then sit underneath, but you can clearly see the sun as well. So that's on the clouds. So hope you like that. I thought be different and put it in the clouds, and then you've got this. Now what I will do is I haven't quite got that straight. Let's see if I can just peel it and move it. There we go. So there we go. So I keep sticking in there. That's it. Push that down again. There we go. So you can have it either way, that way. And I think I will stick something on the sides because I've got some glue, unless I can get it off. Sometimes I can rub my glue off. See if I can rub it off. Okay. So let's just sort that out. So I thought I'd do a bridge fold like that today. Don't know whether I'll stick any gems on it. I might leave it like that. So I quite like the waves actually going back, and then that gives it something nice to look at there as well. And that hasn't spoilt inside, so it's nice. It's different to look at, so different mail card. So I hope you like that. Very sorry that got things wrong today. I hope that doesn't put you off watching my videos. I don't always make a mess. But it's one of those days today. We all get them. So thank you very much. Do appreciate you stopping by. Stay safe, stay well. I would do a plain white on the back with a verse, and that's where I write as well. But thank you very much for watching. Do appreciate it. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.